Hello. Today I wanted to look at a fiddle tune and how to learn a fiddle tune. I'm doing this all in one take, and hopefully it's not going to be more than about maybe 10 minutes, but I just wanted to look at a Tommy Jackson fiddle tune. I love Tommy Jackson. He's one of my very favorite fiddle players of all time, and this is a tune that he recorded with Hank Garland. He did a whole bunch of square dance recordings, and to me they're just like the definitive beautiful version of a lot of these songs. So this is a song called Hamilton County Breakdown, and we do this in our band, the Hot Club of Cowtown. It's one of my favorites. So what I was going to do is just let me play it, and I'll play along. You can play along too if you know it, and then we're going to talk about how to learn a fiddle tune. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, going to take it back to 0. It's in G. Okay, pause, Tommy. Anyway, so that was a somewhat sloppy rendition on my part of the Hamilton County Breakdown. So what I wanted to do is, first of all, say you hear a song and you really like it, and you want to learn it, but you really don't know anything about how to start doing that. So I put this little sheet together. This is for another song, but the general idea remains the same. So first, what you want to do is, find the melody and find the chords. So this song, which is Hamilton County Breakdown, performed by Tommy Jackson. You can find it on YouTube, and I'll put that with this. When I post this, I'll put a link to it. So this song is in the key of G, and I figured out the chords, and I figured out the form. So the form is A, B, B. So here's what we know so far, that the song is the Hamilton County Breakdown. It's played by Tommy Jackson. It's in the key of G, and the form is A, B, B. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, the first half of this song goes G, G. Let me think about it. F, D7. Again, G, 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 F, D7, 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 G, second half, C, G, D, G. Does that again. C, G, D, back to G in the top. Ba-da-da-da. So I'm going to chart the second half. C, C, G, G, D7, D7, G, G. Okay, this is really on the fly, but here's what I'm talking about. The first half, G, G, F, D7, 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 G. You play that twice, and then you go to the second half, C, C, G, G, D7, D7, G, G. Each one of those letters represents a full measure, okay? So if I'm gonna get out my metronome, I think Tommy Jackson performs this at about 120. So what I might do next is, I've got my metronome set to 120. Maybe I'll play the chords to make sure I know them. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, F, D7, G, G, F, D7, D7, back to G, C, G, D, G, C, G, D, G, ta. Again, G, F, D7, D7, G, C, G, D7, G, C, G, D7, D7, back to G. Okay, you get the idea. So when I'm talking about these chords, many of you know this, but in case you don't, for a G chord, the 3 notes I'm playing, especially when I'm comping, the triad of G, let's all say it together, G, B, D. Right? And you can find G, B, and D all over the violin. G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D, B, G, D, B, G, D, B, G. Right? That's a G chord. And then when we go to F, we're going to play F, A, and C. Again, those are all over the violin. Here's an A down here, a C, an F, an A, a C, an F, an A, a C, C, A, F, C, A, F, C, A. D7, that's a D, F sharp, and a C natural because it's a 7 chord, it's a dominant. So with the 7, it means we bring that C, it's a C natural. So we're going, it's not just a D chord, which would be D, F sharp, A, it would be D, F sharp, A, C. That's that sound that leads us back to the 1 chord. So again, here's a D7 chord, A, C, D, F sharp, A, C, D, F sharp, A, C, D, D, C, A, F sharp, sorry, D, C, A, F sharp, D, C, A, F sharp, D, C, A, and played as double stops that sound like this. And then back to the G chord. Okay, then for the second half, sorry about the tuning. The second half is a very, 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 very common progression, especially for the second half of a tune. 4-1-5-1, in this case C, G, D, G. So the C chord we have here is, again, it's 1, 3, and 5, C, E, and G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, G, E, C, G, E, C, to G, to D7, back to G. So if I'm playing, I'm like by myself here on a Saturday morning, I put on my metronome, and I'm like, I'm gonna create my own rhythm track, or I'm gonna play along just with the metronome and knowing what the chords are. I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, D, 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 back to G. just for going over the actual chords now if I'm going to practice soloing. So I'm at 120. Let's pull it down. Again, I'm doing this live in one take, so don't be too harsh with your judgments. So say I'm going to play the melody. So 1. Also, I'm putting the 2 and the 4 on the beats themselves. This is the difference between a swung rhythm and a straight rhythm. If we were playing this straight, we'd be thinking 1, 2, 3, da 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 dee dee, ba da da dee dee, da 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 da. But that's not how we're going to think about it. The 2 and the 4 are actually the beats. So we're going to go 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2, 2, 2. Second half, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I mess it up. In spite of the fact that I screwed up the double shuffle part in the C section, we can get to that later, or we won't make this too long. But in any case, all I'm doing is if I want to start breaking off into a solo, well, look at my chords. So I'm just going to put on my metronome. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, G. Ta. Check it out. Again. Second half. Okay, let's go back to Tommy Jackson himself now, because what we've done is we put together the components of what's the name of the song, what key is it in, what are the chords, what's the basic melody, how do I play the chords if I'm comping for myself or for somebody else. And then sometimes you say, why does it sound so bad? And you go, I'm going to play along with the master and get that feeling in me that he has, okay? So the great thing about playing along with people is that it doesn't matter who's soloing or who's playing the melody. You can just play to your heart's content, and you can comp or solo whatever you feel. So let's just go ahead and play it together from the top. Tommy, if you don't mind. Let's see if I can get it to line up here. Maybe I can. Ready? And don't forget his taters up front, whether we get in on them or not. That's a great way to set up these tunes. Here he goes. He doesn't have them. more time, and I might do a little bit better job, and you can hear it again too. Here we go. That's the general idea. Let me see if I missed anything other than playing it perfectly. And the other thing is, you know what? It's never going to be good enough, and there's never going to be the right time. So hopefully that was helpful. We came in at just under 20 minutes, so we can always pick up where we left off. Thanks.